It's all up to you. Games people play. I'm gonna give you some real advice, man, on how to survive family turmoil. Let Bobby talk to you first. Time has a story, baby. It's all up to you. Nobody but you. You gotta make your move. Make your move while you still can win them. You still got a chance, brother. You still got a chance, brother. Can't never let the moon close in on you. Can't never let the moon close in on you. All right, so last night, my girlfriend had a deep conversation with me, and I was like, I don't understand why you always want to have these deep conversations when I'm bent, out of shape, bent, drunk. I was drinking bottles of this, bottle. I was drunk. I drank whole bottles yesterday, whole bottle of wine. Then I go to my girl's family house, and they bust out the Hennessy, and I say, I guess I'll drink that. But let me have a meal first. Let me eat some food first, and then I'll engage in the festivities. So my girlfriend, man, she was just like, yo, I admire the way that you handled your father today. And I'm like, what you mean? I forgot all about the situation. I mean, because that was when I was drinking the wine. My pops showed up to the house, and he was going through some emotional strife, right? And I grew up with my girlfriend, so she remembers the days when I was struggling with my father. She remembers the days when I was struggling to figure out what to do about our relationship. Because my dad, man, you know, I'm not going to get too deep into it, but sometimes you don't have a perfect father. And I had resentments against my dad, man, because my dad was a school teacher and he never helped me with my homework, right? But at a certain point, I had to realize that my dad is not perfect. And I had to understand the bigger picture. And I had to make my own rules up for my relationship with my father. And I don't really want to cut him off because that's my pops. And as your parents get older, you know, it's just I learned how to deal with my dad's imperfections. And I don't put myself in a situation where my dad, he can make decisions that impact me. You know, I don't need money for him, nothing like that. So when I speak to my dad, I'm reaching out to him because I genuinely want to check on him. You know, I don't allow him to control major decisions that affect me because I know he's going to drop the ball. But at the same time, you got to make your own rules up for your relationship. And you got to understand that nobody's perfect, including yourself, including myself. I'm not perfect. You understand? And everybody's going to have a side to them that you don't like. But at the end of the day, you got to have an open line of communication with your family. Even if you dislike them, even if you're going through some emotional trauma right now. See, my dad opened up to me last night. And you know, as I've gotten older, he's been doing that. And that helped me to understand where he's coming from. I might not agree with his decisions or the way that he lives his life. But at the same time, I understand that he is going through some things. He was telling me that, I'm 70, I'm doing pretty well, my health is good, just got a colonoscopy today. But, my dad, he got remarried about 10 years ago. And I think he regrets it. He regrets it. And he tells me, he said, man, my wife is always in the hospital ever since I met her. Hospital, hospital. I just lost two brothers. I just lost my parents. And my wife's father is also in a nursing home. So I feel like I'm totally consumed by hospitals. And it makes me depressed. And that's the reason why I like to go to casinos. And that's why I like to stay out, because my dad, he worked 2 full-time jobs his whole life. He is not a homebody. He's always out and about. And people say, why aren't you with your wife? And, it was by him opening up to me, I understand. I'm like, okay, now I get it, And if I would have cut my father off because I was upset at whatever he did to make me upset or make me mad, I would have never really been here to listen to him open up. Because once a person opens up to you about what they're going through, then you can start to understand. And then you understand that they aren't perfect. At the end of the day, you've got to understand one thing. You don't have to be with somebody every day, every week, every month. All you need is, at the bare minimum, is to have an open line of communication with that person. Because at the end of the day, all of us struggle with family situations. We all have conflict and trauma from our past with certain family members. But what you got to understand is you can't let things close in on you. You can't ever become so angry and bitter that you just want to cut off contact. Even if it's a family member who you don't respect, you have to define that relationship. You have to take control of that relationship. And you have to keep a distance, but at the same time, you have to be close. You understand what I'm saying? And, my girl was like, yeah, when we first met, you had your father really bothered you. He really stressed you out. And I noticed as you got older, you learned how to deal with it. And I told her, I said, well, it's because I finally learned what I want from my dad. And I learned what I can't get from him. And I learned what I can get from him. I know my dad is not going to be emotionally supportive of me. I know he's just not built for it. That's just not in his nature. He's not the kind of guy that's going to come and say, hey, how you feeling today? But I do know that my dad loves me, and I do have good memories with my father. So at the same time, I do want an open line of communication with him. I don't ever want to go a whole year without talking to my dad. I don't want to be all the way in his life. I want to be on the sidelines. That way I can spectate, see what's going on from a distance. And I can leave the gym when I want to leave the gym. I can leave the game when I'm ready to leave the game, But at the same time, I don't want to be an enemy. I don't want my father to be my enemy. And that's what I said to her. And she was like, I wish I could be that way with my father. And I say, you could. I mean, you got a stepfather that you have an excellent relationship with. He's basically your father. With your biological father, you can. You have to set your own rules. You understand? Sometimes you have to understand that pain and emotional trauma is a part of life. Most people don't intend on inflicting that onto you. A human being is imperfect. So you can't expect anything other than imperfection from a human being. But at the same time, you have to make a decision on how you want to live your life. You understand? And as a son, as a daughter, you should want an open line of communication with your parents. You should want to be involved in their life so that you can know how they're feeling, what they're going through, so that you can protect them. We live in a world of mass shootings. You want to protect your parents. You want to give your parents some game, And it's all about how you want to do it. You know what I mean? But what I'm encouraging you to do is to understand that everybody's not perfect. Everybody is not perfect. Stop expecting people to meet your emotional needs and look at the bigger picture and just say to yourself, you know what? I might not never have a perfect relationship with this person and my family, but I'm a damn sure make sure I do what I got to do to maintain an open line of communication. That way we always can at least reach out to each other. Don't cut nobody off, okay? Leave that open line of communication there. because you might have a breakthrough with that person, just like I had I mean, I've already had breakthroughs with my pops, but I had a real breakthrough with him last night. I mean, he really expressed himself to me, and a lot of times I thought that the way that he was treating me back in the day was because, I thought he was just a bad person. But eventually I realized, no, my dad has some issues going on. He's got some stress in his life, and it's manifesting in him being unattentive. But at the same time, it's no love lost, because at the end of the day, these are our family members. You know what I mean? And you got to make sure your family members are at least doing good and they're okay. And sometimes that's the only relationship, that's as deep as a relationship needs to go. Check on them, make sure they're okay. You don't have to go to Disneyland with them. You don't have to go to their house every day. But keep that open line of communication. That's important, okay? Don't cut nobody off. Keep the line of communication open. Peace.